Realizing I'm transgender was my personal 9/11. That is to say, it wasn't that big a deal. Like,
All right, guys, up next, it's everybody's favorite part of the show because some of y'all are sadistic little people, let me tell you that. You like to watch me suffer and lose brain cells, so as always, I'm going to react to some unhinged LGBT TikToks. And buckle up, because some of these are, honestly, they're crazy even by the standard of this segment, which is pretty high.
realizing I'm transgender was my personal 9/11. That is to say, it wasn't that big a deal. Like, kind of had it coming, and it's a really handy excuse for all the awful stuff I do.
So I'm praying 100% that that was a joke and completely intended as a joke because that is so offensive to say that 9/11, where thousands of innocent Americans were killed, was not a big deal and we had it coming. Obviously, we can have a nuanced conversation about the backfiring roles of American foreign policy in the Middle East, but no, those innocent people did not have it coming. That is a vile and evil thing to suggest. And it's so narcissistic and cringe to compare you being trans or having gender dysphoria or whatever your situation may be with the single worst terrorist attack to ever happen to America. I don't know if people like this think they're being funny, but all they're really doing is putting out a message that 99.9% of normal people in the world would see and be like, oh, I don't want anything to do with that. Is that what the LGBT community is like? Because if it is, then I don't want to support that. So please, you're not funny. You're not helping. Just stop. Stop posting this stuff. It's good for me because I get to laugh at you and react to you and get a lot of views and destroy my brain cells in the process. But hey, I still got the face at least, I guess. But for the world, on behalf of society, I'm begging you to please stop posting.
I've been thinking a lot about gender recently. So I recently realized that I'm autistic as well as, a host of other letters and stuff. And I've generally been, fine with my gender. But at the same time, it's never really felt quite cozy to me. But TikTok thinks I'm trans for sure. I'm seeing just, so many amazing, beautiful trans people show up on my feed. And honestly, it's been really inspiring, and I've always been a supporter of trans rights and queer rights, and I guess I'm only recently coming to realize that there might also be my rights. And
I'm sorry. Stop. No. This is the whole, my culture is not your prom dress thing, right? That was kind of cringe. But actually, the real case of this is that normal LGBT people don't claim random people on TikTok who get confused all of a sudden and think they might be queer, whatever that means. If you were actually trans, if you actually had gender dysphoria, you would have a long history of feeling deeply uncomfortable with your body and having been deeply uncomfortable with your sex assigned at birth your whole life or most of your life since an early age. You wouldn't suddenly be wondering if that's you because of a TikTok rabbit hole you've fallen down under. And how many of these videos do I have to show y'all before people stop insisting that there's not even a little bit of a social contagion element or phenomenon going on with the rapid uptick in people identifying as different genders? Sure about that one, Susan? Up next, this person had a very bad experience at Taco Bell.
Disgusting. I just went through the Taco Bell drive-thru because I'm a whore for Taco Bell. And do you know how they greeted me? They said, "Hello, ma'am." And then after handing me my food, said, "Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day." What about me says ma'am? I have a fucking red mullet.
So I'm happy to answer your question, honey. What about you says ma'am? Everything. To be honest, everything. But of course, you're going through a drive-thru at Taco Bell and somebody hears your voice, they're going to assume you are a female, which you are, and they're going to assume you identify as a woman because 99.9% of females do. And so they're going to call you ma'am. It's not a big deal. You're really this upset about it? You're really going to make it a whole TikTok video? You're really going to act like you've just been victimized? Also, can we talk about the fact that Taco Bell, their food's crusty anyway. It's genuinely gross. I'm not some snob. I eat my fast food, right? Well, my McDonald's, Burger King, but Taco Bell? What's that meat even made out of? Is that even really meat? Once again, it's just like, I almost feel bad for these people because their sense of self is so fragile that like the slightest non-affirmation from the world around them sends them into a spiral and a spin that they, for some bizarre reason, continually feel the need to catalog on TikTok. I mean, as a gay person, I've experienced something not dissimilar where I'll meet somebody and they'll just assume I have a wife, or they'll ask if I have a girlfriend or whatever. They'll make an assumption about me that isn't in line with my own identity. And you know what I do in response to those moments? I either politely correct them, or sometimes I don't, depending on the context. And regardless, I just cope like an adult, like somebody with a fully formed, mature sense of self and with the emotional resiliency of an adult rather than that of a toddler. It's really not that deep, babe. It's really not that profound that somebody in a drive-thru called you ma'am. Like, buckle your seatbelt, put on a helmet, you'll be okay. And if you're not okay after this such a harrowing experience, that's a you problem. That's something you need to work on and improve. And it's not something that you need to project to the entire internet and claim to somehow be a victim. Up next, this trans TikToker is going mega viral right now after going around and filming herself being misgendered at restaurants and putting these people on blast.
It looks like he's having a nice feast.
She, her.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good.
But it was not all good.
Hi. I use she, her pronouns. I'm not sir. Yeah, like it's like a knife in the heart. I did specifically ask ahead of time not to be called sir. Yeah, I'm just gonna go. Okay. The Sweetwater starts at okay. Not.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
It's just always like a knife. It always hurts every single time. I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened. Yeah, I was called sir. Oh, okay. It just really sucks every time it happens. Sorry about that. I don't need to be called ma'am. I just need to not be called sir, you know? Thank you. Did you call me sir? I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir.
What?
Called me sir.
Oh.
It's just like, it kind of just hurts a lot to get called sir.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
Very good.
Thank you so much. No, yeah. Thank you. I'm not a sir. Nothing like a good misgendering. It is a knife in the gut when I get called sir. I feel like I need to tell him. I need to tell him that hurt. It hurts more though, and it's not intentional because it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm not a sir.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean it. It's just, it hurts. I know when people clock me, it's fine, but like it does kind of hurt. Thank you. I'm not sir.
Oh, sorry.
Not sir. Not sir. The guy who dropped the food off, he called me sir twice in a row.
Okay. I'll let him know that and GM as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So I have thoughts on this. One, this person has a cute dog, and I like the little hat on the dog. I did love that. But two, I have a little bit of sympathy for the plight of a trans person who genuinely has severe gender dysphoria, is not able to pass, and is constantly misgendered as a result. I do have sympathy. That must be hard. And yet you think it's okay to expose them on the internet because they can't keep up with your pronouns. This person really thought that she was going to post this and we would be like, oh, I feel so bad for you. But no, most people look at this video and think you're the jerk because you went around setting these people up to fail and to make yourself look like a victim and get pity points, when in reality, I mean, are we supposed to pity you that you have this lifestyle that you can apparently just go around to all these restaurants all the time? Like, I get that bag. I'm not going to money shame someone, but yeah, all the people scrolling through TikTok who can't afford groceries see you at all this fine dining and somebody called you sir, so they're supposed to feel bad for you. Like, no, Susan, we're not going to feel bad for you. You clearly live a privileged life and I'm happy for you. But to go and find the most minute of interactions and attempt to exploit them for victimization points on TikTok isn't a good look. And while I get that it must not feel nice as a trans person to be misgendered, if it really feels like a knife in the heart, that's kind of a you problem in that it suggests that you are insecure, you don't really believe that you actually are the gender that you're claiming you are, and you're still dependent on other people's validation because you don't fully accept yourself as a trans person. You don't have a right to bleed on other people. I mean, you have a right to work through your own issues, to have your own problems that you're dealing with, but it's not okay to force them onto other people and to force such a tremendous cost to you on their word choice that in 99.9% of cases in everyday life they use, and it's just a habit and they are not thinking or meaning anything by it. And yet you interpret it like a knife to the heart. That's on you ultimately. That's not on them, because their words only have the power on you that you let them have. And you have set yourself up in a scenario where you are dependent on the world for validation because you don't have a strong enough sense of self. And then, frankly, you're going out there with unrealistic expectations and demands because you don't pass, and it's not particularly close. And maybe you should spend a little more time working on that and working on yourself than you do trying to exploit random people in the real world for internet victim clout. All right, guys, I can't handle anything more from alphabet people on TikTok without incurring permanent brain damage. If you want to reward my suffering, consider dropping a like, commenting, subscribing, yada, yada, yada. And regardless, I'll see you all in my next video. If you want more damage control, check out my recent episodes with Blair White or Buck Angel.